Well, this is not a very smart thing to do, especially for someone in a plane that has an open top. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The SCUM PvE server. This is a server that I own. It's called the 28 Days Later server. If you'd like to join it, it's public. All you have to do is search the name, 28 Days Later. You'll be able to join for free. You don't have to be a member. The server has some cool integrations added to it. We've got some very cool moderation tools as well. We've also got weekly tasks, so if any of that sounds cool to you, go on SCUM, go on multiplayer, click refresh, type in 28 days later, and you will find my server. 45 slots. Peak slots have usually been between 35 and 40, with 5 slots free. So if you want to come and join, come and join. It's a lot of fun. We've also got a ticket system for any issues that you perceive in the game, or if you've got any questions regarding the server as well, you can actually talk to me, you can talk to my admins more directly without any interference with other people on Discord. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, previous 2 videos, the support on them, fabulous. The comments, fantastic. The opinions, alright. I've had a few people calling me a couple of names, but that's okay, that's fine. I've got thick skin, it's alright. You're only behind the screen. Anyway, what did I want to talk about today? Well, regarding the previous 2 videos, it seems as though I've actually piqued a lot of people's interest when it comes to modifications on this game. Now, I am thinking about modding my own server through the help of a couple of whiz kids, Scottish whiz kids. You know who you are. Psychedelic and Mr. Captain Shrapnel. I'm going to try and maybe do some mods on my server. Server-side stuff. Server-side stuff, not client-side stuff. Mostly server-side stuff. And I'll have a little word with GG Host to see if they can also assist me in this as well. Of course, there is no official support for mods. We all know this with SCUM. There is no official support. So when it comes to it, mods have to be taken into consideration, and the risky ones may not make it into the server itself. I'm going to park right here because I want to go into the brick factory today. But following on from what I was saying there, a lot of people seem to be very interested in the subject of mods, and it seems to be something that everyone's talking about. Every content creator's talking about it. All players are talking about it. Modders are talking about it. Christ, even modders from different games are looking at this game and going, we kind of need a development kit. Can you supply us a development kit for official support? Splash damage in Gamepires, this is my active plea to you. Make the damn building kit. Make the SDK. Make it for them. Still progressively update the game. No one says that they shouldn't still progressively update the game, but I want the modders to have more of a safety net in regards to BattlEye, the cheating accusation, the modders, the kind of mods versus cheats problem with BattlEye at the moment. I need them to do the building kit. I need them to do the mod kit. I need them to do it. We need them to do it. Not just me, you guys need them to do it. Now, I know a few people are not really interested in mods, and that's fair enough. But see, when it comes to mods, once you get to the point where you're complaining about what else is there to do, or there's nothing else to do, there's missing PvE content, there's missing PvP content, they're missing all this. Splash damage and Gamepires are obviously tethered to an update schedule. Once a month. Now, modders, like, I don't know how you guys function, because you guys are sometimes a saving grace in some aspects. Modders can update whenever they please, whenever they want, and we're not beholden to a schedule. Now, usually, if you're beholden to a schedule, you can kind of anticipate, like, if the update is actually going to come out. For example, the last couple of updates for this game have came later in the months that we've been waiting for them. So that leads me to believe that they needed more time, or they needed more time to test it, or they needed more time to like make sure it was right. I can hear a very screamy boy behind me. Hello? What do you want? What? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chesterfield has entered the room because he is in here asking for me to give him pats. So give me just 2 minutes. I'm going to give this boy his daily quota of pats, or his daily afternoon pats, because I have been a busy boy today. I've been doing a lot of recording. I've been doing a lot of work. The door hasn't been closed, but he's been in here sleeping in his little bed beside me. And now he's waking up and he's all like, I need pets, I need scratches. And he's a big affectionate boy. He's a big sook. He loves attention. He doesn't like it when you're away from him. So I'm going to give him some pats, which I'm doing right now. I'm kind of away from my mic at the moment. So give me 2 seconds, give me 2 minutes, give me 5 minutes, and I'll give this boy his pats. I'll come back to the video in just a second. Okay folks, after some rigorous petting, some butt scratches, some butt pats, the boy is all happy and purring away. Somebody is hauling ass. God damn. Anyway, on the subject of mods, I had a moment to refresh my brain there after petting him as well. That's a good thing about having a wee cat. That's a great thing about having a wee cat. It refreshes your mind, brings down the stress, wee dopamine hit, do you know what I mean? Them purring, you can't, there's nothing else in the world that makes you happier. Anyway, subject of mods and stuff like that, they definitely need to introduce the building kit for it, because I have DayZ modders talking to me that they want to mod the game. I've got, for example, Psychedelic and Mr. Captain Shrapnel. They're testing the waters with these mods and stuff like that. I've also got a variety of different people throwing out suggestions, out ideas. We've also got GG Host looking at things regarding the Archon system. Now, I did a video for them recently on GGCon. GGCon is our moderation tool, which is an Archon platform, an Archon panel. And it communicates directly with the SCUM server, essentially, and we can see lots of different details about players, about vehicles, the locations, the movement. We can see updated information up to at least 5 seconds. I think that's what the refresh tick is. 5 seconds or 15 seconds, I can't remember. I think it's 5 seconds. But that is purely browser based. Now, it's also something that I use to communicate with players that are maybe having an issue in the game and I can't get to a PC in order to get onto SCUM. That is another avenue for me to essentially communicate with them, along with my other admins as well. Archangel, Tommy, Jed, Wookie, the 2 Junior Kings. He's coming back. I wonder if he was away getting fuel. He must have been away getting fuel. But mods, I don't know. Suggestions. Throw your suggestions in the comments, guys. Throw all your suggestions in the comments. Now, when I say suggestions in the comments, I literally mean, what do you think the game can benefit from? Added items? More added functions? More activities? More interactive activities? More traders? Less traders? Unique traders? Bounties? That kind of thing. Now, I'm also asking the guys that like PvP for their opinion as well. One mod that I saw recently, and Captain Shrapnel shared this with me, and I was like, wow, that's actually really cool, was a mod, a base building overhaul mod, where you collect X amount of items, and then what you do is you construct a box, but the box has got like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 building blocks. So it has 100 out of 100 uses, and each use is one foundation, one wall, one fence link, one gatehouse, one doorway, etc, etc. All you have to do, it acts a wee bit like if you use God mode. So if I do slash set God mode, nope, not gender, God mode. If I set that true, this means that I don't need essentially any building materials. I can just upgrade and build to my heart's content. Now, it acts similar in style to this, but it's a finite amount apparently. I can't really put the video on, but I can definitely put the link to that video in my comments, so I'll do that at the end of this video here. I'll remember to do that. Or somebody remind me to do that. An horse! An horse! But I thought it was a really cool idea. But it could be probably be done a little bit better. It could probably be done in a more sophisticated way. Now, that video was mainly aimed at PvP players, because in PvP servers, raiding is quite prevalent, especially with the use of RPGs. RPGs make C4 a wee bit redundant, because I think you can buy an RPG and you can also buy the rounds for it. So why would you need C4? Instead of foundation wiping someone, just blast a couple of holes into their loot room, grab their stuff and leave. Of course it would leave a big stinking hole in the side of someone's base, but I think that's to drive the fairness in PvP servers. I wouldn't know. I don't play on them. I only see what people show me, or what I find essentially. So that mod was a good example of what could be done in terms of base building by utilizing the elements that we still have right now. He didn't change any of the elements, by the way. He didn't change any of the elements like the wood walls, the 5-meter high wall and stuff like that. Didn't change any of that. Just changed the method in which it's constructed. Instead of going out and finding all the materials, you find all the materials, pack them into a box, and use that box as a way of building your base. That box becomes essentially your base. So what you would probably find if it was deployed onto an official server is players would go around looking for all the materials that they need to construct a simple tier 1, tier 2 or tier 3 base, right? They craft the kit and then they make a 2x2 with a roof, and of course this base building thing doesn't work with making chests, so you still need to make your chests. You still need to make them. The kit is only for these parts, not for these parts. So there's definitely ways that they could add mods to this game, or add mod support and allow these modders. And I don't know if these are like official modders. I don't think these are guys are just like, I think these are all self-taught modders. At least from what I'm seeing, because I'm not seeing anything else from these people, from these other mod developers and stuff like that. So it's them looking at the game and going, right, I don't like this thing. I want to fix it. How do I fix it? And they're using their own methods to fix it. That's an admin drone. This is an admin drone. I believe that might be Archangel. That may indeed be Archangel. It could be someone else. It could be Tommy. It could be Tommy. Also, we're flying back into low visibility again. Now, in my opinion, if someone was to ask me what are the top 5 mods that I would add to SCUM to make it more enjoyable for just a casual player, my first mod would be Wandering Hordes, with the addition of new enemy types within the horde, like mutated puppets. So a mutated puppet horde would be one of my first adds. The second ad would be an overhaul mod to add in extra guns, extra primitive weaponry, extra primitive tools, extra primitive clothing, extra clothing varieties, and extra clothing functions. Like, for example, if you find a scarf, roll it up and you roll it around your neck and you create like a kind of insulated layer, or turn it into a scarf, like a head scarf, protects you from the sun, that kind of thing. The third mod would be an overhaul on the vehicles, adding in potentially cockpit view planes, small propeller planes, P-51 Mustang, ME-109, Spitfire, Japanese Zero, something along those lines. A Hurricane, what other planes is there? A Corsair. Do you know what I mean? Just more propeller planes, not jet planes. I don't see jet planes entering this game, but I can definitely see, like, maybe even a propeller plane that's a transport. You know, like the ones that you read about, the shortest journey, the shortest air journey in Scotland, or in the world, I think it is. It's like it's like less than 51 minutes. I think it's like 25 minutes or something like that. They're in the air for only 25 minutes and then they land again. And it's up in the Upper Hebrides, I think it is, or it's up in the Orkney Isles, or Shetland. I can't remember which one it is. I am going to struggle to land this. I don't know where I am right now. There's an airstrip below me, but I cannot see ahead of me. Oh. Nope, visibility's still low. I just heard a vehicle below me there. Right, there's an open field here, so... Oh! What if I get above the clouds? Oh, okay. So, theoretically, I am above the clouds right now. However, there seems to be a lot of ice up here. Seems to be a lot of snow. For my fourth mod, I would add in the function for additional quests. Quests in the form of kill orders, or build orders, or crafting things and stuff like that. And number 5 would be, of course, the AI NPC / horde / Tech 1 raids on your base. Or vice versa, like someone said in my comments before me, raiding essentially enemy AI bases. The reason why I landed here is so I can try and get back to my base. I'm going to try and use the... because the visibility is really low, because the visibility is absolutely horrible right now, I'm going to hope I can try and get through or over this bridge here. I can't remember if Arthur's put a... Oh, that might not... Oh, that's wide enough. I think that is wide enough. I think that's wide enough. I want to hope that that's wide enough. Oh, it's wide enough. It's wide enough. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, we're back at the base. We're back at the base. And turn. Turn, 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 turn. Stop. 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 Where did my propellers go? Stop. Stop, damn you. Right, back. Back the way. I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Hold on. Let's try this again. And stop. Cool. Excellent. Now I can get into my house. Now I can put the fire on. Now open this up. Let's get the fire on because I am a little bit on the wet side of things. So I want to get myself all kind of kitted out here. Fuel with a long stick. Fuel with a short stick. Long stick. And light fire. My wounds are getting infected. I've got a burn injury? When did I sustain that? Drugs. Apply gel. Why? Oh, wait, no, wait. Antibiotics. Hold on, let me take this off. Eat. Did it work? Let's try again. Eat. That's going up. That's going up. Why? Oh, hold on. Let me just apply this. Okay. Excellent. It's gone. We're good. We're good. We're good. Infection is going away. And I can finally get up here and rest on my chair. I am the king. The king. But ladies and gentlemen, whilst I am sat here, let's have a wee chat about what other things could be added to the game, what things could be changed about the game. One particular change that I would really enjoy on this game is changing up the base building elements themselves and the logic behind them. Oh, excuse me. The logic behind them in terms of the structural integrity. Specifically speaking about the foundations and the support columns that you can see right here. That U-shaped support column right there. Allows me to build stuff above, like on that level. Allows me to build up the way. I think it should be said that if the structure itself is sound, you should be able to build extra things hanging off of it without any real worry about structural or stability, integrity, that kind of thing. So that's one mod that I would deploy, is changing the structural integrity, the stability, maybe increasing it. The other thing that I would probably change is maybe decreasing or increasing the range in which you can build a base, as in your claim area, your flag area. I'd also like to change the I would also like to change it from a square to a circle. Now there's a reason why I say this. There's a reason why I say a circle and not a square. Squares boring. Circles are fun. Circles are fun. Circles are a lot more enjoyable to use. You can get some really cool designs out of a circle. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, you know, a castle. There's lots of circles on that, lots of spheres, lots of spherical kind of areas. A turret, a tower, a castle keep is a mixture of both. What other stuff could we also add into this game? The ability to lift my visor up, or the riot shield, or the, sorry, not the riot shield, the riot helmet shield. You know, the face shield, having it to lift up, or the bulletproof helmet, the K something, I can't remember its name, the K95 I think it is. K95, the big green helmet with like the kind of postbox of viewfinder essentially. Having the ability to lift up the visor on that as well, the blast shield. I think that could be quite useful in this game. Putting up the hood on things, rolling up your sleeves, dropping your pants when you go do a shit or a piss. You know what I mean? There's quite a few things that they could add in that are just there's just so many things that they could change, things that could be added, things that could add a wee bit more function to things. Opening up chests, like walking up to a chest and like kind of cracking the chest open to signify that you're opening that chest. I don't know. There's just so many things about the game that could be changed, that could be added to, and because it's an Unreal Engine now. I should also note, this game is built in a version of Unreal Engine. Gamepires took the Unreal Engine and kind of chopped and changed it and made it their own thing. And through that, they have their own unique, we'll call it unique engine. It is Unreal Engine, but on the face it's Unreal Engine, but under the hood it is not Unreal Engine. It is, but it isn't. They've changed it in such a way that it does what it does in order to serve their purpose of creating Scum. They did say this originally when they were creating this map. When they made this map, I think this was the largest map ever created in the Unreal Engine or development kit. Since then, it's probably lost its accolade. There's probably larger ones being made, but on the subject of maps, a new map, an archipelago, a pure, just all land, like no sea, no rivers, like maybe a couple of ponds here and there, just pure landmass, like Black Forest, you know what I was talking about in the previous video. 2 islands separating each other, 4 islands separating each other by a massive body of water. Not like, when I say islands, I mean an island like from here to here, this size. Like here, 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 and away up here. And the island is at the north, is mostly snow. And the remaining islands are mostly like the kind of coastline temperate kind of areas. There's only a few areas that have got that kind of temperate green. Who's that? Who is this? I see you. I thought that was a... Is that a base? There's a base over there. Alright, okay. But, in terms of the map, archipelagos, Pangea, continental... I'm using RTS references for map designs and stuff like that. Archipelago, Pangea, team islands, what else? Small islands, large islands, riverscape, what else have we got? Land divided by one big river, one massive freshwater river. Something like this size, this width, like all the way, like from like Z4 all the way to D0 and like kind of winding like that, with maybe a couple of bridges over the top of it. New cityscapes, maybe something bigger than Samobor, maybe something smaller than Samobor. Nuclear power plant, maybe one that's not been affected by radioactive, you know, agents or any sort of meltdown or anything like that. There's so many things rattling through my skull right now that this game could do different. The farming! They could make it so you could till the ground. Or do what BattlEye does. Make it look as though it's been tilled, but it's actually a building that you place on top of the ground. But it can only be placed on, like, this style of grass. Like this. But like BattlEye's farming kind of building. Because that would work. That would be really cool. Because then you could fencing. Basic fencing. That's something we don't have. We've only got these Haskell blocks and like kind of barbed wire fencing. Basic wooden fencing. Stick fencing, wattle fences, plank fencing. Like half the size of like these walls here. This wall right here is 2.5 meters. Right? 2.5 meters roughly. Half of that. Or maybe even a third of that. What's that noise? What was that noise? What was that scuttering noise? It wasn't my fireplace. It wasn't my fireplace spitting out like embers and stuff like that. It was something else. There's something else scuttling about me here. Hold on, let me go at the back. Anything back here? Strange. More variety type in doors, more variety type in windows, more variety type in these kind of half walls or 1/4 walls and stuff like that. A better claiming system. Instead of a flag, maybe placing down a box or a computer or something like that. Like having it be like, what could we use as an example? What could we use as an example? So, say for example, this box is like your claim, right? You should be able to put this anywhere and then move it. But you're only allowed to move it so far before it locks its position. So what you'd be able to do is build it, place it, and if you like your placement, you can click and hold F and lock. That locks it to that place. And it can't be moved at that point. As soon as it's locked permanently. The only way of getting rid of it is either destroying it or using an admin to destroy it. See, whilst I'm here, by the way, I'm going to go over here and have a wee look at my free to use box. Has anybody been using it? Oh, there's bones, there's a boom box, there's bags, there's a sporn. I'm gonna just put that there. There we go. A whole bunch of bones. Somebody's been out hunting. Somebody's been out doing some good old hunting. But yeah, instead of a flag like that, it could be a box, be a wee bit more less obvious. The base building in terms of the roof sections, we need more roof sections. There needs to be more roof sections. More roof sizings as well, because we technically have half walls, but it's actually a full wall. We've only got, where is it? We've got these ones, these half and low twig walls. So that's like a third, and this is like half. I should be able to do more with this than just, you know, that. Do you know what I mean? Garage shutters. I would like garage shutters. That would be something that I would add into the game. Proper porch integrations as well. Different kind of stepping like I know we've got these small twigs stairs right here, but there's also avenues to maybe do something a little bit more interesting with it. There's definitely avenues in which, you know, I could like see, for example, I can't. If I was to put that there, there's nothing stopping me from putting stuff on the side either. I'd like different versions of this as well, the wall camo netting. I'd like an integration which allows us to camouflage these ones as well instead of just painting them. There's just so many things about the game. Like, when you think about it, there's no real definition what this game can have and what it can't have. There's so many things that it can have, but it's just finding the limit. You need to draw, everybody kind of needs to draw a line and be like, right, that's enough, that's all this needs in order to prolong its lifetime. You need to go in with a goal. If your goal is to make PvP more enjoyable, then you're going to be doing, like, you know, weapon mods, sights, attachments and stuff like that. If it's to do with survival, you need to incorporate the potential for like how far is survival before it's like, okay, I can kind of just do this as soon as like I get out of my bedroom. I can simply just go to the fridge and take out like, I don't know, a couple of burgers, and that's my dinner for the night. Do you know what I mean? You see where I'm going with this? You need to kind of draw a line with the goal that you're trying to set out. If it's essentially just to add in quality of life stuff, then there's plenty of things that you could probably improve. But there needs to be a line that you need to draw. There needs to be a line in which you go, right, that is one too many mods. That's one too many changes. That's one too many alterations that the game just didn't need. There's things about this game that I would 100% change, that I would 100% modify, add in things, change things. There's certain vanilla things about this game that I want to add in functions, add in animations for. There's other things regarding, for example, pathways. I want the ability to go to crafting and put a path to my base. I don't know about you, but that might seem RP, that might seem PvE. I don't care. I want the facility to take away the grass. I want the facility to take away the grass. It allows me to create essentially a road that doesn't appear on the map. Essentially, that's all I want to do. An unofficial road, even though the white roads are technically unofficial roads, and then you've got the yellow ones which are the official roads, the tarmac roads. So you've got dirt roads, tarmac, and then you've got unofficials, which would be my little driveway essentially. Would I incorporate mailboxes? Hell yeah. Do you know how good a mailbox would be? Do you know how useful a mailbox would be? Imagine you had a mailbox right here. Every single base has a mailbox. You go into your mailbox, and instead of getting notifications over like me doing this, you get it in your mail. If you've got your phone, it sends an alert to your phone, like in the game, and you get to read that specific announcement instead of having like a message of the day. Like, see this message of the day? Change that to something that you can get an alert on your phone, and it buzzes you or does a little ringtone, and you can look at it and go, right, that's just a message of the day. You can mute it, or you can silence it. Any new notifications come in, pings you. You instantly read it, you go, okay, there's a restart coming in 15 minutes. So there's less need to do, you know, the announce way, and adding in more function for players to use the items that they have in the game, or when they spawn into the game, to use that as a notification system. Or instead of it appearing in the very, like, see if I was to just simply do a simple announcement like, that appears at the very top of your screen. Imagine it appearing on the right hand side, the left hand side, the bottom, etc. Do you see my point? There's so many things that they could do with the chat. There's so many things that they could do with other things as well. And I like how everybody is replying to this. There we go. They might see themselves on a video. But there's just so many things that they could add to the game. But there needs to be a line that has to be drawn. So, the subject of today's video is realistically, what can be added within reason? What mods, what alterations, what modifications, what changes could be added to the game within reason could be applied to this game right now if they had a mod kit developed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my plea to Splash Damage, this is my plea to Gamepires. Please develop the development kit, the mod development kit. Please announce official support for mods on the game. It is a fully released game. It needs the official support of the developers. I don't care what sort of, agenda Splash Damage has for this game at the moment. They're already doing a really good job, but I need them to, suck it up. Announce official support for mods on this game and tweak BattlEye so it doesn't ban people testing their own mods on their servers, on their localized servers, on their single player and stuff like this. I need them to just get on with it. They can still go down, like I said at the very start, they can go down the same route as they've gone down right now, which is the themed updates. They can still do that whilst having the official support for mods. Nothing says that they can't do both. Would it cause more work for mod developers? Yes. Do mod developers deal with it? Sure they do. The people who download mods complain about the fact that a mod has to get updated all the bloody time every time the game gets updated. That's me. But I will do it. If it means that my player base are enjoying the server, if they're enjoying the game, and they're enjoying their time on this server, I will do it. But I need that official support. I need that official announcement from Splash Damage and Gamepires. I don't know if there's, I don't want to start a petition, but I would definitely encourage people to be in the Steam forums, in the forums for the game, on Reddit, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, in their comments. Please start announcements or work towards a building kit or a development kit for modders. And the only way that we'll get that is by everybody collectively asking for it. Everybody collectively asking for it. Now, like I said in the previous video, I have no real power or any lean or any influence over these new developers. Again, like I said in the previous video, they probably overlook what I say, what I think, what I suggest, especially other creators that are the same size or maybe a little bit bigger than me. They're probably looking at bigger creators as a means to gather information, feedback and stuff like that. I've been on this game for a very, very long time. I've been on this game since 2018. As you know, I have my own item in the game. I brought in the kilts through the ever loving Tomislav. Brought in the kilts, the brogue shoes, the socks, the sporran, the kilts, and of course my helmet as well. Aptly has my name on it, as well as other creators having their names on these things. Other creators on this game, I don't see much of. I don't see much of them creating from this game anymore. Either because they are growing tired of it, or they've moved on, or they've got something completely different in life. But for the time being, whilst I am still here, I will be pushing Splash Damage and Gamepires to push for a modding kit. And I would urge you, if you also believe that this game could benefit from mods, to do the exact same. This isn't a plea, this isn't a call to action. I just want people to actively respond to Splash Damage, to Gamepires, to Scum. Add in the mod support. Please add in the mod support. If there was one thing that this community could collectively do, is collectively ask for mod support. We all love this game. I love this game. I continue to play it. I continue to host servers on it. I continue to be in amongst the community whilst they play on my Discord, etc. And the reoccurring thing always seems to be, oh, this game could really use this mod, this game could really use this modification, this game could really use... And it's always going to be coming back to mods. Probably one of the only survival games that I know that doesn't have official mod support. It needs it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to my rambling on my own Scum server. Like I said, if you want to join this server, you don't have to be a member, you don't have to be part of the Patreon, you just have to be a routine viewer, routine commenter, routine liker, disliker, I do not care. You can come and join it, it's public, it is open. One thing I would advise is registering your Scum account to your Discord account. That way you can register your vehicles, that way you can insure your vehicles, and if they blow up, should they blow up, you can claim a free one as compensation. Anyway folks, thank you very much for listening to me today. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed what I've said. If anything that I've said has sparked any interest for you, if it sparked any debates, chuck them in the comments. I would appreciate if people not be rude to me, because I've found a few people being rude to me, and I don't really care for comments like that. They just get ejected. As per YouTube's moderation tools and their terms of service, really, I actively remove any comments that pretty much throw shade at me or any sort of hate or any insult or anything like that. As long as it's at the game, I don't care. But if it's at me, I just remove comments. And that's fair to say. I'm not going to argue with someone who's just going to be like, you're not very good at this game. I don't care. I'll just remove your comment. Anyway, my channel, my rules. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for listening today. If you've enjoyed it, like I said, leave a drop a like on the video. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If there is any mods, if you were to put 5 or 6 mods into this game, what would you put into it? What mods would you deploy in this game to make it better? Or modify it to make it more enjoyable? Let me know in the comments. If you want to stick around for more Scum content, and we will be doing more Scum content on this channel, of course, we will be probably doing something a little bit different in the next episode. I'm most likely going to go somewhere a wee bit more interesting. Sambor D4 Airbase sounds like a good idea to me, seeing as how we've got the plane. We'll probably go up there in the next video. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to stick around for that, consider subscribing, ring the little bell, and don't forget to check all on the notifications so you're reminded when we're uploading on this channel. I would also love it to bits if you guys could click that join button and become a YouTube member. It is a way of adding more support to this channel. It's also something that I am extremely grateful for people doing. What you will get is you will get these videos early access, you'll get member style videos, benefits in the live stream, and discounts on the merch store. So if any of that sounds cool to you, if any of that sounds beneficial to you, I would be more than grateful if you hit that join button and become a YouTube member today. Any new and existing members, welcome, and thank you very much for your support on my channel. Anyway folks, thank you very much for watching today. As always, I've been Rambling Feudal. I'll see you all another time.